What's up? This is Alex Chu coming at you with another episode. This episode I want to talk about your 2006 Toyota Corolla. Okay? 2006 Toyota Corolla, where maybe you have a 2003, 2004, all the way up to 2008, okay? It's very difficult to start, you know? I mean, that happened to my car. Well, it's not my car, it's my aunt's car, okay? It's very difficult to start. 2006 Corolla. It was okay until very recently, until like a year ago. It was so difficult to start. You crank it so many times, you know? Crank it 4 or 5 times, it doesn't start. 10 times, it doesn't start. Sometimes I gave up. I just have to pull away the air cleaner housing, right? Pull off the air cleaner housing and spray starter fluid into the intake hose, right? And then the car can start. But I fixed it. It was an accidental discovery. It was an accidental fix. I don't even know how I fixed it, okay? So sorry. I don't even know how I fixed it, but I fixed it, all right? But anyway, today I'm gonna show you how I did it, all right? But before I talk about that, I want to tell you my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. Physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small finger, string, sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. Become physically immortal. For example, I'm already 53. If you look at me, right? See, I'm still pretty skinny. See that? I don't have any belly fat. Look at that. 53-year-old. Can you imagine? Never go to the gym. If you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, I have lots of testimonials from Amazon customers. Most of them give me 4-star, 5-star. Hey, if you want to look like me when you're 53, livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Link is at the bottom of this video. Okay, let's talk about the Toyota Corolla 2006, okay? Very difficult to start, right? So I tried everything. I mean, when my aunt gave me this car, right? Say, hey, this car is so hard to start. I don't want to drive it anymore. You drive it. So I've been driving her car for almost 2 years. I tried everything, man. I mean, at first I thought it was like maybe the engine coolant sensor, engine temperature, coolant temperature sensor. You know, I tampered with it. I bought some cheap parts from eBay. I replaced it. The cheap part from eBay, it's actually faulty. It gave me a engine, what do you call it? The check engine light. You know, so I have to toss it away. I have to give. But they gave me a refund though. Then I thought maybe it's the fuel pump. Maybe the fuel pump assembly needs to be replaced. Well, nobody replaced the fuel filter anyway, so I was thinking, well, it's 2006, you know, 2006 Toyota, you know. You know, they've been driving it for a long time, you know, almost 20 years, right? And nobody replaced the fuel filter. So I just went ahead, I replaced the fuel filter, right? I bought one of those tools that you can open up the fuel filter from the back seat. I replaced the fuel filter. Still hard to start. Well, it improved a little bit after I replaced the fuel filter. A little bit, you know. Back in the days, it's hard to start. You have to crank it like 20 times. After I replaced the fuel filter, I have to crank it like 3 times. You know, it still start. But, you know, it's near... But then it's still hard to start, right? And then I went ahead. I replaced the mass airflow sensor, you know. Bought some cheap parts from eBay. 20 costed $25 or something. No, it didn't work. It didn't work. And then I thought it was the fuel injectors, right? I was thinking, well, there's some cheap fuel injectors on eBay. I was thinking, well, maybe it's time to replace the fuel injectors, right? So I pull out all the fuel injectors and I put up the ones I bought from eBay. Oh, it's even worse, man. The ones on eBay, they're all scam. They are all scam, you know. None of that shit works, man. To sell me like $30 fuel injectors, 4 fuel injectors for $30, they're junk. They fall apart. You know, I don't know. It's just when you buy things from eBay, you have to think twice. A lot of them are like, you know, imitations, you know, produced in China, imitations, you know. Nothing works, you know, until one day somebody told me, yesterday, I think it was like 2 days ago, I saw online, somebody said if your oxygen sensor is faulty, it might cause your heart, it might cause this issue. It might, you know, make your car hard to start. So I was thinking, okay, I'm going to check the oxygen sensor. It's an upstream oxygen sensor, the ones that you can see from your engine compartment, right? So I was checking the oxygen sensor, right? There's a metal plate. And here it is. There's a metal plate, okay? There's a metal plate that connects to, here, right here, the metal plate covers the exhaust pipe. There's an exhaust pipe under the metal plate, right? An oxygen sensor goes right here, you know? Let me see if you can see it. Hold on. Oxygen sensor goes right here, okay? And then this metal plate covers the exhaust pipe, right? Here's an exhaust pipe, right? And then oxygen sensor goes right here. And I remove this. You understand? I have to remove this. I have to remove this metal plate, right, in order to pull, to get access to the oxygen sensor, right? I removed it and I just toss it in my garage, right? And then I check with the oxygen sensor. I did a little test. I put my voltmeter onto the oxygen sensor, test the resistance, the ohms, right, on the heating element. I also jam a wire into the oxygen sensor wire, and see how many volts. It shows up to be like 3 volts or something, 2.7 volts, 3 volt, whatever. Yeah, then it means the oxygen sensor, there's nothing wrong, because this is a wideband oxygen sensor. It's supposed to be around that much voltage, right? There's nothing wrong with it. And then I reconnected the oxygen sensor back, reconnected it back, right? I have to pull the plug, right, in order to, test it using my voltmeter. Then I reconnected the wire back. But I never put the metal plate back onto the car, okay? See, the metal plate is still here. I did not put this metal plate back onto that car. And guess what? Now the car starts like a charm. Why? How did that happen? I don't know what happened. Now the car starts. Now the car starts fine. Why is that? Beats the shit out of me. I don't know. I have no idea what I did. But I swear to God, it was because of that, okay? Because I was testing my oxygen sensor, I pull off the metal plate, and the metal plate right now is not on the car. The metal plate is with me, right? And after I finished checking the oxygen sensor, I plugged it back in, right? And now the car starts like a charm. Why? Now it starts just fine. Just one turn of the key, it starts. This is so weird. This is so strange. My theory is this, okay? This metal plate, hold on. This metal plate, see the oxygen sensor goes here, right? And then the wire is only like 1 inch above the metal plate, It goes to the engine, right? There's a wire that leads to the engine, and it hovers like 1 inch above the metal plate, I was thinking maybe this metal plate is cooking the wire, Right now, computer sensors are very sensitive, right? And maybe this extra heat from the metal plate is cooking the wire, causing the car hard to start. I don't know why. All I know is I removed the metal plate and everything's fine now. The car can start, no problem. Hey, a lot of people have this issue, A lot of Toyota Corolla drivers reported this issue, hard to start. It's a mystery. A lot of people, they have this issue. Nobody can solve it. Nobody can solve it, A lot of people with this issue went to many mechanics, Went to several mechanics, and they all have like different opinion. Oh, maybe you have to change your mass airflow sensor. Maybe it has to do with the coolant temperature sensor. Maybe it has to do with your oxygen sensor. Maybe it has to do with this. Maybe it has to do with that. I did everything. I changed the fuel filter, right? So make sure that there's no clogging in my fuel system, right? I also pull out the the injectors, right? And I see the pressure is actually very high. When I pull off the injectors, the pressure is so high. I noticed, no, there's nothing wrong with the fuel. There's nothing wrong with the fuel system, What is the problem? then then when I took off the metal plate and the problem has been resolved. This is so weird. This is so strange. It's a mystery. But anyway, hey, if you're watching this video because of your Corolla, okay, it has difficulty starting. You do what I do, okay? You pull that metal plate off. But of course, hey, when you cannot just pull the metal plate off, okay? That oxygen sensor has a wire connecting to a plug, right? You have to unplug the wire. You understand? You have to unplug the wire first, and then you can pull this metal plate off. See, the oxygen sensor is here, right? And the wire is right here. Then you could, once you unplug the wire, then you can pull this off. You understand? Or else there's no way you can detach it, And then I forgot the bolt size. The bolt is like what, 12 millimeter or something, or 10 millimeter. I forgot, but it doesn't matter. If you have the correct tools, you pull this off, But anyway, hey, that's all I want to say for this episode. I hope you like my channel. Talk to you later.